Yeah, hello everyone, I'm back. So, yeah, back to the topic. Like, yeah, because it feels pretty hard to talk about this to anyone except my closest family members, basically. Uh, maybe some friends too, but it's like, uh, I think it's just a lot of, like humans are very social animals, and they want to be like part of society, so they want to kind of like. I'm sure like a lot of people just want to pretend they like it, or just want to integrate, want to be a part of it. Uh, for other reasons, not because they like it necessarily, but just because they want to talk to people, get to know people, feel that they're part of a group and stuff like that. Uh, personally, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be part of a group. I would prefer I had a lot of dreams about just living in the middle of the forest, uh, with some family members or something. Because I feel like all I need is like a few very close people, and then I can just enjoy life, and without the rest of the society. Uh, I'm not just talking about like Norwegian society or something like that. It's very broad. Uh, every society is like uh, it's kind of like very Nazi, right? Like you have they regulate how you behave, what you can talk about, how you think, everything like what you wear. That's a very good example. Like a lot of people like to criticize Islamic countries, but for me, it's kind of like it's the same shit. All the places. Uh, you know, if you're not wearing clothes, the police is gonna arrest you from almost every country, and I think that doesn't make any sense. Uh, yeah, and like everyone just has those same opinions. Yeah, like they put a flag on their Facebook of Ukraine, or something like that, a Ukrainian flag. Like, oh, we support Ukraine. Like, wow, it's amazing. Like, yeah, like nobody else supports Ukraine. It's only you. So you need to make it. Claim that you support Ukraine. Right? Uh, it's just always these kind of things. Like, nobody wants to be different. Uh, nobody wants to stick out. Uh, and the minute you stick out a little bit, you get constantly criticized. Um, it's I mean it's pretty horrible. It's just like they made that the book about 1984, stuff like that, and Animal Farm. I've read it, but I mean, like, I feel like it's not really different than how things are now, and it's also just getting worse and worse with social media and more strict beauty standards and everything like that. Like, everyone is supposed to look the same. Everyone is supposed to have whatever. Guys are supposed to have big arms. Girls are supposed to have big ass, whatever. Uh, and then you have like the other side who are like, oh, you can't judge me, and you can't judge my body. Like, even they are like very unhealthy. Like, I know a lot of people talk about this, but it is true that now social media people can just listen to opinions they agree with and just ignore anyone they disagree with, and it's become less social. So people don't talk with people they disagree with, and that would just make the tolerance level to different perspectives just lower and lower. The instance they hear a slightly different opinion, someone who actually has used their brain to think about something and want to express it, it's like, oh no, you can't say that, whatever. Yeah, that's how I feel it is now. Like, it's very it's becoming more like this. You can also see freedom of speech in a lot of European countries now is decreasing every day. It's just becoming worse, probably because of those reasons. And yeah, like I think it's like very scary. And I always felt that way also when I was younger, when things were not so extreme as it is now. But, of course, it's always been like that with humans. Yeah, I'm a little bit sick right now, by the way, having a cold. But I'm kind of at the end of it now, so I feel okay. Just hoping that, like, when I walk tomorrow, just hoping I'm gonna feel okay. And yeah, and I will take a very long time to get ready for this clue scroll, but I just wanted to focus on what I'm talking about instead. Let's see. Okay, so let's just do it. Trondheim. Yeah, so on this account, I have like just been doing a lot of trying out different content. Like, I recently been doing some zombie pirates for a while, and the last few days I've been training a lot of teething. Just trying to get all the master clue requirements, basically. Just taking a while. Since I'm doing like the not doing the efficient methods, I'm doing the methods that are best for money usually, or at least trying to do that. Yeah. And yeah, on my main account, I just been doing Herber. I got to the crafting a while ago, and since then I just been making super combat potions. Only these, nothing else. So yeah, let's see. And yeah, like, I feel like that's also like a big part of why I ended up playing this game like on average like 12 hours a day for years, because like I'm not really. I think for me it's not really about like just being anxious or like not being afraid of something or something like that. It's just like I don't like it. I don't like society, and it's still kind of like that, even though I'm more part of society now with like working as a teacher and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if it's the perfect fit for me. Like, I'm not sure what is the perfect fit for me, because I have several different different desires, I guess. Like I definitely have a desire to socialize. That's why I wanted to be a teacher, just to like talk to talk to people and to different types of people and you know a little bit different perspectives. And that part is something I always like. It's interesting. Um, but at the same time, of course, there's a lot of things that go with it that I don't like. But I guess that's kind of like, yeah. I guess you have to sacrifice something in order to make money. You know, yeah. But I might find a different type of job uh, in the pretty soon in the future. Um, I just have no idea what it will be or um, yeah, we were even talking about maybe moving to China for like a short period of time. Yeah, uh, yeah, and it's just like I feel like I guess I slightly touched on this like a few minutes ago, but I think it's very important to stress that it's very clear that either people don't think about things or they just you know uh, or maybe they just don't want to express what they think, just like they're afraid to get judged, of course. Like I will say I'm one of them who are afraid to get judged, afraid to get in trouble, to say something that's slightly different. I feel like that's really like 1984 kind of style, like censorship. Um, yeah, I feel like it's not really that different than like China or North Korea or whatever, as people claim. Uh, actually, uh, since I've been learning like a lot of Chinese and learning more about that, uh, then I've been seeing that there's actually like how to say it, like in China there's actually a lot of things you can say that you can't say here, about social stuff. Uh, you almost have kind of more freedom in a lot of ways, so it just depends on your perspective, what you focus on. Um, so I think too many people stress on how great we have it in the West, because we have money or freedom, whatever. But it's not that simple. It's, it's not necessarily better or worse. It's just different, and you won't understand like countries like China, for example, or India, unless you like live there, and, like or I mean, not even live there. Like I would say, even if you live there, you definitely wouldn't understand it, even if you learn the language. I mean, there's a ton of languages. It's super complex. It's just like uh, people say they know a lot about China. It's almost a little bit weird. It's like saying that you know a lot about Europe or something. It's a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different cultures and groups of people. It's very complex. It's not unified at all as it's portrayed. Um, yeah. Um, actually, Norway is quite unified, I would say. But of course, like it's a it's a little bit different. Like Europe would just be like kind of like a province in China or USA, uh, and then like Europe is kind of like a country from their perspective, I guess, or the EU, you could say. Um, So right now, what I feel about it is like, I feel, at the same time, I want to, I like a lot of individual people, but I don't like the society in general. Um, and of course, I don't like a lot of people in the society as well. Um, it's just for for me, like one recent example is I was just, yeah, on my balcony, like minding my own business, naked, and then, uh, you know, I got called by the police later and heard that like some woman was complaining that I was like harassing her kids or something by being naked on the balcony. Uh, and the way she described it made it sound like I was like trying to get them to come to my balcony, with candy or something, and I don't know, like it's really weird. Uh, like it's not just a problem with governments. It's a problem with the people. People want to control you. People want to regulate your behavior and want you to be like everyone else. Uh, so it's just like a fundamental problem with how a lot of people think. It's not everyone, of course. Um, a lot of people are not like that. Um, but the world is like getting more and more sick, mentally. There's a lot of, there's a lot of people really fucked up in the head, and they are usually the most annoying ones. They're usually the ones that gonna like harass you if you get harassed at all. Um, because of course a reasonable person is just gonna leave you alone. But like even they leave you alone, is still a lot of like invisible regulation. Like people, I know, like in Norway, people like would just stare at someone if they start screaming or something. They're like messed up in the head or drunk or something like that. Uh, yeah, and I'm sure there's other countries that are saying like about that, or maybe there's something else. Um, like every country is like not seeing in its own way when it comes to behavior, what you can do, what you can wear, what you can do in your you know do in your bedroom, do in your free time. Um, yeah, like I'm getting very tired of it. Of course, yeah, that's why I isolated myself for such a long time with just playing games inside. But of course, that's not good for me. It's much better for me to go out and work and have a real life. Of course, this is much better. Um, was okay. See, I need bolts. Okay. Can't find them for some reason. Yeah. Okay, did the clue scroll back to the CS Prolific Order approach? Yeah, did some shade and got this one. I thought about maybe getting Matin on all on my out. I think it would be kind of like a fun side challenge. But right now I'm not focused on the escapers, focused on other things. Just been playing a little bit more than usual past couple of days because be feeling a little bit tired and sick. But yeah, let's see. Play. Amplifier. Sharks. Yeah. Okay, let's go, I guess. Yeah, like it doesn't make me depressed or anything like that. It just makes me feel that I don't want to be a part of it. And but it's very nice now that when we moved to a very small town, we don't live in Oslo anymore. That's a big upgrade. Uh, Now we just live in like a town with like 2,000 people. Um, it's super nice compared to yeah, like I would never want to live in a big town again. But I guess if we live in China, I guess we'll have to we'll have to do that for a short period at least. Um, but, there's a lot of things I like about China, and it'll be very interesting to like now I can read and speak and stuff like that and understand. I think it would be a lot more interesting now to visit. China is also constantly changing, and there's like so many different places. You know. Yeah, like, but of course that's not the only reason I will play like that much RuneScape. Of course, yeah, um, yeah, like I think probably anyone who has been rank one overall in RuneScape, they're not like a normal. They're of course not like a normal person, whatever that means. I think most, or I think most rank ones, previous rank ones, have probably had some trauma. You know, I definitely had some trauma and some family members from very early age. Not really after that. It's just like the first few years, but not really that much after that. I had a pretty decent childhood overall. Um, but I definitely have a lot of pain, and it's not always about what's happened or what you have. It's also about what you don't have. Like I didn't have a mom growing up, and that's very sad, of course. And and then getting epilepsy, and in 2016, like my face got fucked, broke my jaw, from a seizure, and I had to take a surgery, yeah, like that was like really difficult. Uh, so I definitely had a lot of difficult stuff, a lot of traumatic stuff that has happened. So not a easy life, I guess, but um, I don't think life should be easy, anyways. And I think for most people, life is gonna be hard. Like yeah, no matter what. But it's also kind of easy at the same time. Hmm. Yeah. Uh, it just feels like, like, especially if you play a lot of games, it just feels like the world is like a simulation, uh, like nothing is real. Most people are NPCs, There's a program to say this, program to respond like this, and that's how they behave. Yeah, like from that perspective, I'm kind of glad that that I have video games, and I think it would be very difficult otherwise. I remember, especially 2013, I was really enjoying old school RuneScape. Like the first year. That was definitely the best year, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree. Um, that played at that time. Uh, yeah, I remember. I remember I had a very difficult time then. My grandmother died right before Old School came out. So it just kind of come at the perfect time. Like I needed to. Still was a kid. I was only 16 years old, mm. and didn't have a lot of freedom to do much, and was just kind of stuck there in a situation I don't want to be in. So I guess it's better to just focus on something else, and try at least try to be good at something. Um, like mm. But yeah, I don't think I will be playing a lot this year. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I'll just cut the video short and not talk for too long, because not not feeling my best right now. I just wanted to express a few things. Um, yeah, just gonna focus on relaxing now, taking it easy. Yeah, I think that's it. Um, mm.